What's up, guys? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right, kind of got my screens a little backwards today, so I'm gonna be showing the projections as I always do. What's up, man? What's up, Clay? What's up, MJ? Vandy. So, guys, I see you guys had some big wins lately. Guys, been popping off in the NBA chat. We've had some showdown takedowns. We've had some pretty good MME builds with Saber Sim. We've had some pretty cool stuff I've seen you guys posting lately. So a lot of you guys been close to just having one bad guy, which is typical. That's how NBA works. You get the snowflake and it really takes you out of the win equity. You got to have all the flames going. And you guys were just been really close. A couple of you guys in there the recent nights have dropped in and checked it out. What's up, BMAC? How you guys all doing? I'm gonna share my screen here as I always do. I usually show my screen. This should have the projections right here on True DFS, guys. This is our projections for tonight. We have Goldies in here. I filter, we have True DFS's sheets. He's got a little differences. You can kind of also see that, so you can filter by the one you like, build lineups with the ones you like. Saber Sims has got updates in here as well. Shows you the value, and then you can kind of see a little bit of difference if there's an industry difference. Looks like Jokic is owned a little bit more in the industry or less in the industry. Sheets has them a little higher. That might be something we would like. I'm seeing a lot of balanced builds tonight. So I'm seeing the cheaper centers. I'm seeing I'm seeing more pay up at guard. I'm paying what do we got? You got Trey Jones cheap today, but Jamal Murray's a spend up people like at 8K here. He's getting a lot of ownership. But we have some spend up guards that we do like, Damian Lillard and Steph Curry. They're a little bit owned. Vassell, he's multi-useful. He's coming in. He's like 6'7" on DraftKings here, so he's not like a value play. I think people are struggling to find the value play, so these balanced builds are what I'm seeing a lot of optimals. So I mean, to get different from that as a strategy perspective in the 2 game, we had some chat today going on in the Discord. I'm going to check Discord and see if any other questions have been added in there. I know people were talking about Giannis being lower owned today. He's coming in at around 22%. That's probably pretty low owned for that. In the industry aggregate's about 23. Sorry, I'm going to catch up. Any way to run a sim for NHL? Large slate, no clue who to run out. Ooh, man. No, I might not be the NHL guy, I'm not a pro or anything. I mean, I am a pro, but not at NHL. I did build a lineup the other day when I was at a live final. They gave us it was like an NHL NBA one combined. I got third in the NHL 50K free roll. So that was pretty cool. I won like $4,000. So that was kind of cool for a free roll. We can look at it in a little bit. I mean, I don't know what you want, kind of an optimal. Just drop it in the chats. He was leading towards certain stacks. She tends to stacks up. He did an NHL video today. Check out the video for his NHL. Maybe that will help you out a little bit after this video. I don't know when that lock is. We can run some optimals here in a minute. What's up, Jolly? Sorry, I'm chats on this window today. I got multiple things going on here. I'm comparing a little cheat sheet on the left screen. Just because I usually stay in NFL for a while and then I don't glue myself into NBA too often with the kids and everything. I got a lot of stuff going on. So let's look at it here by position. I usually like to kind of filter out, look at ownership, who's the low owned guy. This guy hit it big last time. He's getting decent minutes. He hit it for us big last time. I played him in a lineup. He went off that night. Yeah, but I don't think he's optimal tonight. Let's see. So at point guard, we kind of like on my cheat sheet. I come up with Jamal Murray, but he's going to be very owned, like 50%. So if you want to get off that, Dame Lillard, Trey Jones is popping as well. He's going to be very chalky. He's kind of the value play this tonight. I mean, it's 2 games. I mean, you probably have to fit him in. I like playing some of these other guys, like that Brandon guy that we just talked about for Golden State would be a good run back. This game's going to be a little bit closer. I don't mind game stacking it and then getting different within the game. Like if no one's gonna play the Brandon Podozimic, I kind of like, um, yeah, I kind of like that. What's up, everyone? Let's get. Not sure why I would put myself through this 2 games. Like, yeah, I'm gonna drop a lineup in two. I'm gonna build it after this. Um, yeah, so I kind of like stacking that second game. Also, it's Wemby's. I can't. I suck at names, guys. You know this. Oh my God, Wemby's 20th birthday today or whatever. So, he's a little expensive on DK. He's like 8'3". We'll get to that position in a minute. Let's check some shooting guards out here. We got a few from Malik Beasley. Let's look at my list. Devin Vassal's obviously the chalk. I'm kind of going to give you guys a little. Steph Curry can fit that position. He's low owned in that game. We like you could stack him with that Brandon play, do a little mini stack with him and Jokic. You're going to use a lot of salary. You probably have to find a little bit of value elsewhere, but I do like the combo. I don't see the double spend up this today as much. I've seen a lot of balanced builds, a lot of like Keldon Johnson, Bobby Portis, 6K price, Kuminga at 5'3", Trey Jones at 5'1", Gordon at 5'8". So you're seeing a lot of these 6K values and just stacking it versus doing kind of a stars and scrub build, finding one of these cheaper guys like, maybe this Blake guy here. He's 18% owned. He's trending up a little bit. I haven't watched any player news to see if anybody was out. Not Middleton looks like he's going to play. He's not listed on the injury report. That's pretty big news to help, make sure Giannis wouldn't be higher owned. I'm sure if he was out. Just trying to dig through these guys and see if we can find anybody cheap. Champagne here, he looks pretty good at 23 minutes projection, 32% ownership, 4,700 though. He could be that value play that we need. We also got Blake Wesley. He looks to be about 21 minutes. Pope at 5K is on here too, right? Where's he at? Not Pope. Yeah, Caldwell Pope. Denver. Why isn't he on here? Oh, there he is. I totally missed him. 5K. He's a value play. He's not getting too much ownership. I don't mind that play. Actually, he's quite low owned. Actually, at 5K, 32-minute projection. That's not a bad play. We can run some lineups in a minute. You got Middleton at the top here. Not the ownership we want. We got a couple low owned guys. Juliana, I like him at 4,700. He's kind of low owned. That game could get to a blowout. You could expect some extra run from non-starters in that game. I don't usually play like that. I kind of play the low ownership game. I kind of just fill in my roster as I find these lower owned or these game stacks and kind of tweak it where you play, Steph Curry and Jokic combo, or you play Giannis and Jokic to be different and put them both at the double center spot and util. So, or to have a double center type build, especially when you're seeing a lot of optimals run into these balance build, these 6K guys, the 6K guys, or you can play, Jamal Murray's popping for the 8K. He's kind of the higher spend that they want you to do. But like if you guys want, you can play Wemby at 8-3, which we'll get to his birthday today narrative. I'm just trying to scroll through, see if I lower owned forwards on my guard. Wiggins at 5'2" is cheaper. He's got upside at 26 minutes roughly. Osman's a cheap value play, 35% owned. He could be that stars and scrubs build you could get. You got to watch it though. Let's play with the optimals and see if we're getting the stars and scrubs or we're getting the balanced builds. I used to tend to build a lot of balanced build lineups, but if they tend to be not wanting to play the stars because of their price tag, I usually switch it to like I play like an Embiid and Jokic lineup together a lot or something. So I kind of flip the build a little bit. So, God, wrong button. So at power forward, I want to get a quick rundown. Giannis is a power forward center eligible at 12,000. That's quite a price tag. A little bit lower ownership. Middleton is in. Victor here, around 25% ownership. He's a little pricey, 83 as well. Power forward center eligible. So a lot of different eligibility for this two gamer. They really gave us a lot of flexibility in these players today. Like a lot of people can play multiple guard spots. A lot of people can play multiple forward spots. A lot of people can play forward center spots. So there's actually kind of a lot of different combinations you can make when multiplayer eligibility is today. I don't know if they've been doing that a lot this season or not, but you got the typical Kuminga and Aaron Gordon are value plays. It looks like today at 5. Kuminga's 5'3", and Gordon's 5'8", which we talked about. They're excuse me. They're power forward. They're power forward eligible today for sure. Both only. I should actually pull that up. I'm going to pull that up real quick. Make sure I got the accurate starting lineup projections. I usually have that up on the screen. Which we're still getting some news trickling in because we haven't really locked starting lineups. I don't think it's going to be different from what we see. It's pretty standard, I think, today. Um, let's see if anything looks out of the question here. I do like that Juliana Champagne guy. I could go with that. Trey Jones is in that game as well. Blake Lively coming off the bench. Wesley coming off the bench. Portis. Let's see where he's at. You like him in a good spot at 6K. You kind of liked him. Yeah, I got my roster on this other screen over here. Sorry about that. Osmond's at value plays, kind of high owned. Wiggins is a decent, getting lower ownership than I thought. I don't mind that play. Sochan, what's his minutes looking like these days? Let's check that. I like that kind of play. Those are the kind of plays I like. He's getting about 29 minutes, 25% owned on a 2-gamer, 5,600. He's a possible value play. You're going to need some of these cheaper guys to fill in if you're going to do the stars and scrubs. At least to be not, you won't be able to play the Michael Porter, the Keldon Johnsons, the Devin Vassals, the 6-7K prices if you do the stars and scrub bill. You do get a really nice balance build with those players, though. Throwing in Aaron Gordon and stuff like that. Let's check straight center. You're going to have Jokic up here 11-6. He's got massive upside as always. It's a fast-paced game today. Maybe he's a little under-owned. I don't mind these higher players. Both these games are kind of paced up a little bit, I think. Milwaukee's got a huge total. I think this game probably goes over if I had to bet anything. What do you guys think? Drop a question in there. Don't forget to hit the like button. 34 watching. Wow. Look like they want to come out and see Rodion on NBA streets tonight. See if we can make a good lineup or something, So I kind of went over all the positions. Obviously guards, forward, util. I mean, obviously these same spots all work. You got to kind of fit your roster. Construction, and I always like to flip the build, so we can run some lineups and see. Let's run some lineups for MME type. Let's do 20. This needs to change. 49.5. I like to stay pretty tight. The big contest today is it's 23,000 entries. It's a 150 max GPP. We'll just build 20 lineups. I want to boost Jokic and Victor. It's not going to really do much, but let's just run some lineups and see what SaberSim kind of spits out as optimals, and then we can no clue who to do. Let's just I know people want to see if I can duplicate this. No clue who to run out. Would love to see if we can lean towards certain stacks. Okay. Did that screw up? No, it's building lineups. Okay. What's going on here? Sorry, guys. This 13 game. Oh, it locks at 7. So yeah, we could. I mean, I can run just a general projection quick. I mean, a standard thing? We probably want to use most of the salary. We probably are looking at smaller contest sizes. We're probably doing 150 max builds. We're probably looking at a little bit of a different upgrade. This usually doesn't factor in too much, so don't worry about that. And then we can build some lineups, and let's see what happens. All right, let's get to these lineups for NBA. See, we're still loading. We got time to do it all. 2-gamers are tough. Yeah, it's just people are so chalky in these 2-gamers. So, that's why I try to get different within my stacks or play 5 guys from one game. Try to overload that game a little bit, even 6, and only run 2 from the other game. You can do that. Hopefully this Denver game goes over the total versus Milwaukee getting all the points, and the bench for Milwaukee scores to balance it out. But this game nukes and all the starters do really well, so. So for NBA, we'll show the NHL in a minute. For NBA, we're gonna see a lot of Spurs because they're cheap. These value, well, they're not cheap, they just grade out well for their value. So they grade out well for their price, sorry. So they're like a value play. So basically, when we look at projections, they're like a value play. So there's a lot of Spurs. So that's how I said, if we flip the game We go. I didn't talk about this Jackson Davis guy, but he's starting at 5,700. Decent projection. That's a pretty good projection for price. I should have mentioned that. But if you guys flip the build and we go with more Denver, we go with more Golden State, or you even go with a little bit more Milwaukee, it looks like you're going to be different tonight. From the builds are giving a lot of Spurs. And if you flip, so guards, forwards, if you flip into some Wiggins, you flip into some Curry, you flip into those positions, you're going to change your build. Okay. That's what, when you just run straight optimals like this, you kind of, this is what I do for football. Like I run optimal, I run optimal, I run optimal, then I tweak it to what I want. Okay. So then if you're looking at all these Spurs, 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 I know a lot of people like Saber Sims giving the Spurs because they're like low owned and stuff. But like everyone's gonna get this on a 2-gamer. I feel like these lineups are kind of chalky, to be honest with you. Right? What's the ownership? We can't really judge. Trey Jones is high owned. Kuminga's high owned. You know, I mean, it's not putting in like I think it needs some Jokic in here, right? Oh, there's Jokic. Okay, there's some Jokic. Is okay. There's some Jokic in here. Yeah, so it's giving out some okay lineups. Maybe this Jackson Davis guy isn't as high owned, right? Yeah, he's about 25, so we need Jokic, but he's got Jokic in there. Maybe Jokic and Jackson Davis is a good pairing. Oh, Klay Thompson, he's probably a little lower owned. But I like playing Steph Curry and then having to downgrade some of these other players. So I think that's kind of the route I would go with the builds. That's kind of what I'm going to do. I'm going to probably have a Jokic Curry build in my lineup tonight and hope Curry hits like 15 3-pointers or something crazy. Not 15, but you guys get what I'm saying. All right, hockey builds. These are some hockey builds we got. We're doing some free hockey builds tonight for this guy in the chat, my man Noah Rosen. He's getting us sidetracked off NBA, but we got a little bit of time for NBA. So let's just look through some of these lineups. Looks like the Rangers are going to be a top stack. Philly's a top stack, so we're getting a lot of that. And you got to remember, I shouldn't say these are optimals because our settings are set up for high dollar, large field MME, max GPP style. So there's going to be, they're already set up for what we want. So when we run these lineups, like these are going to be low owned lineups, actually, like 96% owned lineups. Let's see what like a lineup. So a normal lineup would be around 84%. So these are still kind of chalky for a big slate, don't you think? I'm getting some optimals around 80%. That would be more of a cash lineup. So these are a little bit higher to be owned. I would expect these. I would expect some 73s. So if I had to look at this would be a good lineup here. Because I base it off cash lineup versus what GPP lineups we're getting. So I like these 73s. I like these 82s maybe at the max. This 96 feels a little chalky. This isn't as good a game stack. I mean, it's a Rangers one, but maybe that's the go-to, the Rangers stack, and then finding a few lower owned pieces there. Let's see if we find any other. Oh, here's another 72. So I kind of filter them out by the 78, 72 ownership. This is good. Okay. We got a stack for this team. Was that Montreal? What is that? I don't know. I'm not good with hockey either. Canadians, right? Okay. That's a good stack. So you kind of see what I'm doing. Look at maybe throw Montreal and Rangers in. Who will be backing up Trey Jones? Back to NBA. I like it. Let's get back to NBA. Ask more NBA questions. How many Spurs think about make it in max 2? Oh, yes. If you want to limit your Spurs, that's probably good. I'm going to run some optimals on this other screen too, and not hockey, which is what I had it on, and see what kind of like cash lineups we get. Okay. And then I'll see how SaberSim's comparing it to them. So this ownership still feels a little high. Maybe not. Maybe 283 is pretty good. Cash lineups around 370. That's probably pretty good. These are probably pretty good. So maybe the Spurs, well, they're getting a lot of Jokic in there. So that's kind of the key is Jokic is low and he's around 10%. I think that's way too low. If I get Jokic, all day, right? I'd also say who's backing up Trey Jones. Trey Jones, I get 100% optimals, just letting you know. Vassell, Jamal Murray's high owned at 95% out of 100. Vassell 88, Keldon Johnson 70. I don't know why the Spurs are going to be. Why are these lineups coming out so low owned? The Spurs are kind of chalky, in my opinion. I'm seeing guys around 50% for all the Spurs. I don't know. Portis is like 20%, but like Brook Lopez 40%. We didn't talk about him. Yeah, maybe that max too. Plus having MPJ and Aaron Gordon together is unique. Yeah, that is kind of unique in some of these. We're getting some of those random Golden or not Golden State in that game, the Denver Nuggets game. So yeah. I like getting different, like that Juliana Champagne guy. Jeremy Sochan that I mentioned. I think those are a couple pivots you can do behind Trey Jones. I don't necessarily think we need to lock out Trey Jones because I don't like you guys doing that. His value is really a high score, but his smash percent is kind of a like other sites judge like smash and other things like value based on the price. But I don't know, like it's not like a smash. It's not like a smash play is what I'm saying. Sorry. Because it doesn't show that high. Like I don't know. Let me redo. I need to do a refresh. That's what it is. Maybe. Who's backing up Trey Jones? Let's see. Point guard. That Blake Wesley that I talked about. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. So Blake Wesley might be a play. So the Blake Wesley, Julian, and Jeremy Sochan would be three guys that I don't mind playing. Alternate off Trey Jones. But Trey Jones is also a really good play. He's about 5-1 price. He's getting a ton of minutes. Maybe I had the wrong guys. Why? Yeah, no, his smash is not. It's not a smash, in my opinion. But I mean, really, the only one that's kind of a smash is Giannis. To be honest with you, based on his ownership, kind of factors in a ton of different things. Wemby, I don't mind. He's kind of lower owned too. Actually, play Wembyama and another guy or something. Blake Wesley, Sochan, Julian. I think you can definitely get different off Trey Jones. I just think the guard position is the spot you might want to get different tonight. I mean, obviously, I like the Curry. I like the Curry call. I think he's coming in lower owned at 16%. I think he's got a higher. He looks to be better suited than even Trey Jones, to be honest with you. Well, not really. He's a little bit, obviously it's a different player, but sorry, let me check. Sarge. Let's see. Well, what do we got for him? Yeah, I could just open this up. Hang on. I'm trying to find him on my starting rosters. Because I usually use this site and it pulls up with the numbers too. Why the hell don't I see him here? Oh, here he is. Looking to be a little lower. He's 4-1 though. Good price tag. Let's see what we have him projected for. Where the hell all players? We're not getting any of him in this build. We could just do a different build. 4,100, 16. Yeah, I got the same projection over here. I usually like to see what his minutes. He's only about 16 minutes. I don't like that play actually. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these guys, just play one of the studs like Wembyama, and hopefully that birthday narrative comes in play. I think that's what I'm going to build. Maybe I do one or two, if that, and maybe I play. I don't like Sarge as a play. I'd play this Jackson guy over him. You're getting more minutes, but you have to hope that this guy Sarge plays a little bit more. Because their projection here, Looney's at 16, Sarge is at 16, and Jackson Davis at 26. I kind of want to avoid that spot. It looks kind of not productive in my opinion. I think playing someone else in the center spot tonight is a little bit better off. You got a lot better plays. You could play Giannis there. You could play Jokic there. Wembanyama there. You can play Brook Lopez or Portis there. I think getting the Sarge. I mean, yeah, you can play Sarge at power forward, 16 minutes, lower owned. I mean, actually, he's coming in at 22% owned for 16 minutes. I think you can get better balance build. I think that's why these balance builds are popping, because you can get guys in there at medium price tags playing 30 minutes, So you're going to get these balance builds popping. So we got to try to figure out a build that we want to play where we can lock some of these guys in. If you want to lock Jokic in, you want to lock in Curry, see what kind of builds we get. You want to wonder now, what if you can jam Wemby? I don't think this is going to work, but I don't know. I need to practice a little more with Saberson for NBA as well. I wanted to do a video for it coming out at the beginning of the year, but NBA or NFL's got me really locked down, doing a lot of other activities as well. So it's just kind of what it is. Anybody else got any other questions? Definitely these two games I specialize in just because I like to get different with the roster construction. And everyone's like, oh, why didn't we play this guy? We knew he was going to go off. We played 5 Spurs. Instead, we should have stacked the Denver game. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, I hope that helped. I don't know much about NHL. I don't even remember that lineup that I had built that last time. So yeah, it's just what it is, man. It's just tough. It's really a really optimizer sim specific sport as NHL, like really sharp plays in NHL too. You got to be on your A game there, which is fine. There's we have all the tools. This is a great tool to help you get there, so obviously it's going to be exceeding your expectations. Okay, let's see if we even got any lineups here. So we got Jokic, Curry, and Wemby, which is probably too much. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, you're getting like Braun, which we didn't talk about. Looney, which we didn't talk about. Osman, we did talk about. Beauchamp, we did talk about. That's a rough looking roster, don't you guys think? It's a true stars and scrubs, my guys. That's what it looks like. So, what I would want to do is not play Wemby, okay? Then run it again. Where did it go? 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 What did I do? Reset the build. Yeah, here we go. Sorry. Cryptic went bananas. Cryptic. Like crypto? Cryptic went bananas. Is this like a esports thing, actually? I don't know. Yeah, Wemby is going to be too hard to get in. Actually, maybe not. I got Looney and Sarge and Curry with Jokic, and then Wemby, Osman, Wesley, Jones could play that lineup. That looks kind of nasty. I built some other lineups over here on this other side. Juliana, Champagne, CD, Looney, Curry. I don't know, this Showalter guy. He's only 5% on. I don't like that. I think Wemby's too much anyways, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I like to play. I mean, if you want to play like Wiggins and that Travis Jackson guy or something, or Clay. And we didn't talk about Clay. Yeah, so Clay is 30-minute projection, 18% owned, 25 fantasy points. 5.9 price tag though on Clay Thompson. Real funny dude. Does this guy know ball? Do you know who I am, bro? Man, this guy is like, I was shipped my Millie Maker in this sport. Do we have to show that again? God, you guys are killing me, man. Killing me. Okay, so we're getting a lot of Beauchamp here. Interesting. And bronze still. Yeah, see, you're probably the balance builds are gonna look better. You might just have to get different with the balance players. It might be the best option. to be honest with you. Yeah. Oh. What is this? What is this? Oh, I played Steph Curry that night. I locked him in actually. You guys see that? You guys don't see that? Oh, a Millie Maker. You guys see that? Where is the screen here? A window screen. Okay, I thought it was a window. There we go. Now I know how to share my screen. Okay, real funny dudes calling me out. Whoa. Wowzer. Opening night, shipped DK and FanDuel. That was a Millie Maker. Look, 653,000 entries. Chopped with like 20 some people on the Millie Maker. And this was a 222 type contest or something. I don't know, but yeah. There you have it. It's one of my biggest nights in NBA. So yeah, there you go. I had 4 lineups in this, I think. 3 cashed for what it's worth. I smashed it with I literally locked in Steph Curry. He was in all 150 lineups. This is a $5 contest. He was in all 150 lineups. So yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Was this a balanced build? Let's look at that. So how do we play this build? LeVert was my big key. I played LeVert, which was a low-owned play. This was a 2-game slate. Oh, how unique. This was a 2-game slate. We found a low-owned player, 7% guy, in a 2-game slate. Because you can see, look, Curry was chalk. So this is similar to the Trey Jones chalk. We got to be careful not playing him. Harrell was chalk. We had some chalk guy. Wiseman was playing with him back then. Obviously, he had a great time start. George was there. We had Schroeder had a big game. He was kind of low-owned. So, you just find a couple of these low-owned guys that have a good game, and that's all you need. You can play the chalk guys. So when I'm telling you, like maybe playing Jokic is just enough at 10%, that's the one guy we need. And then we don't need to play Steph Curry because of his price is up there. We're getting too much crap. So what I would actually do is probably take Keldon Johnson out here, right? So I like to manually build. This is why I don't like optimizers. It's trying to jam these guys in, and then because they want the projections for these guys like Keldon Johnson. I would rather play Sochan at 5,300, get a little bit more salary there, and then buff this price up to a guy that's like 45, 4,700 or 5K Caldwell Pope. Okay. Guys that we went over that had better projections. Or this one right here, actually. You got Sochan already here, 5,600. Kaminga, we might have to bump down to that 4,700 guy that we talked about. And we got to get rid of Keldon Johnson. He's just really bogging the roster down. I mean, maybe playing Osman's okay, getting one cheap guy, but I don't like 2 cheap guys, okay? What's campaign coming in at? New campaign. Do I need a Bucks? Will start Lillard, Beasley, Middleton. Okay. All right, we got 25 minutes to lock. I wasn't going to take you guys up to lock because I still had to build my lineup, but I mean, I could build my lineup here. I just like to hand build it kind of. So like it puts a little focus in. I got hockey back again. What are we doing in hockey? What the hell are we doing here? Do I need to upgrade the projections? I got to sneeze, so you're going to have to give me a second. Sorry, I can't plug my nose on my sneezes. I just actually had a surgery last week, so I'm kind of still recovering. Cameron Payne, 3.8, 13 minutes, 11 fantasy point average. I don't like it. I don't hate it because it's a small game slate. And if they do blow him out, he would come in. But I always play opposite because everyone thinks that game is going to be a blowout. So if I play that game, I'm stacking it. I'm stacking 4 Spurs or 3 Spurs. I'm going to run it back with Giannis. I'm going to run it back with some Bucks. I'm going to think that game stays closer than anything. Okay? That's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't. Your mom's vagina, B-Mac. Ooh, man. You guys are crazy. Do we know this J.R. Belvins guy? Who's this J.R. Belvins guy? Anybody know him? Project Mayhem in the chat. Oh, hit the like button too, by the way. Big time likes. I did add ads on the video tonight, so you guys are probably pissed about that. But yeah, you on Yahoo? Trey Jones. Trey Jones. All right, guys. Any last minute questions? Drop them in the chat. It's been very active. Hit the like button on your way out as well. I mean, you guys were popping off. I don't even know how many likes we're at because it does this. I have to watch it on a different account, not the True DFS account. And then I got to watch an ad again because I switched it to a different account. And then it's only 5 seconds. But we're up to 14 likes, baby. We should be at 20 every video. Every video should be 20. So hit the like button on your way out. 22 you're still watching, 24 watching now. That means you should be 6 more to like it. I'm sure all because there's 10, at least 10 that didn't like it. So that's 6 more that could like it. All right, guys. Any other questions? We showed some Saberson builds. We showed some different strategy. I gave my final thoughts on how to play the Spurs game. It looks to me like the Spurs are going to be chalky. And if you want to, you could still play Curry at shooting guard tonight. He's player eligible for shooting guard. And that way you could actually play Trey Jones still at the 5-1 price tag. That 5-1's hard to pass up. I think just getting Curry in your lineup and Jokic in your lineup is already different. And then try to figure out how to lower this because it's really giving us a lot of Keldon. Maybe Trey Jones is to play and just play him and Osman or something different, or Sochan. I like Sochan in forward at 5,600. I like some of those other players from Spurs. So I mean, obviously Wembanyama is probably the top play. And he's pricey. So if you want to play him over Curry and do that build, do the Wembanyama, Sochan build, or play that Juliana 23-minute projection. He's getting kind of owned though now. He's up to like 35%. So yeah. Blake Wesley at 4K. I don't mind that either. He's getting about 20% owned, 21 minutes. Yeah, I don't mind that either. So I like that B-Mac. Thanks, Goldie. What did Goldie do? Did he pop in the chat or did he do something on Discord that you guys needed or got the projections updated? He's the man. Wemby on, play from Spurs and go from there. They're gonna be unique. Yeah, I mean that's fine. I like that. I like that build too. I think I just don't think you could do the Jokic Curry build, which is what I'm kind of leaning right now. But I do like the Wemby. I mean, you could probably do Wemby Giannis instead of Curry Jokic, but that's fine. It's going to be actually a little bit more pricey. Probably have to use Trey Jones, or you probably have to use like that Blake Wesley instead of Trey Jones, save you 1,100. So, and then maybe like another cheaper few players. You won't be able to play Keldon and stuff like that. Devin Vassell, I think. So let me do one quick before we go. Look at some more value options. Value. Oh, this did my builds again. Okay, so Trey Jones, Vassell, Jokic is popping pretty good, man. For that, I mean, he shows more ownership than I don't know. Man, he's got more ownership. Really, he's higher owned than. Oh no, I'm on the wrong guy. Still higher owned than what I got him. So I'm going Wemby Lillard. Ooh, I like that, B-Mac. I did not mention Lillard. That would be a good play. 9,300. He's a little more pricier than Curry. I've been kind of on the Curry Jokic play, but I really like that. That's actually cheaper build. That will get you a little bit more play. I might, you know what? If they do have a lineup, maybe I can see if there's open spot for me to add another lineup because I should play 2 lineups because I think that'd be sweet. I do like some of these other guys. Oh yeah, man. No big deal. They actually do have a spot open for me to add a second lineup. So I'm going to add a second lineup. Of course, DraftKings checking my location, but I mean I'm in the same spot I was when I reserved the first one. You know. I wonder if there's any good Saddies tonight for a 2-gamer. I'm big in Saddie takedowns. Ooh, and especially guys, look at the Saddies. If they're low owned on overlay, then you should pick them up. There's an NBA $300 FBWC qualifier. Entries for 2. Maybe we should chase some of those, eh? I love live finals. All right. Yeah, I'm going to keep the live stream going, guys. I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll probably play a little bigger tomorrow. A. Jackson Jr. or no go? A. Jackson Jr. Andrew Jackson. What? Jackson. Tracy Jackson? What? No. Oh, Andrew Jackson. Milwaukee. 8 minutes? No. Nah, I mean, it's a 2-gamer. It's a 2-gamer, but we don't want to do that. Okay. Let's not. You guys are okay. This is what you guys do. You go watch other sites, you go watch other things, and you come back and like, oh, Milwaukee's gonna blow them out. All these crappy guys are gonna win or be in the winning lineup at 3.3K, and then these balance builds with Wemby and Lillard and 9K and 8K and 6K and 5K are gonna be like, wow, these guys all scored 45 points each. They're in the main lineup. They're winning. And you got this 3K guy that's got 7 points. And then you're like, why didn't I win? And then I'm like, well, you played a guy that doesn't even have a good projection. And then now we're going to watch Andrew Jackson Jr. go off for 47 points because someone gets hurt. And he comes in and plays like 30 minutes. And I look like an idiot. Yes, that's how it usually goes. I'm just kidding. I want to play the guy. I don't think he's not a guy I mentioned earlier either if you missed the show to start. Okay. That's a good question, though, because we got to talk about it. We've got to talk about the blowout factor again, which we've talked about a few times now. Don't assume these blowouts. Play that game close. Play that game with Lillard and Wemby stacked and a couple other pieces maybe in there. Portis, Brooke Lopez looks good in that game. Some of those other guys. Don't play for the blowout. Play a couple guys like Blake Wesley with Lillard, and then Trey Jones you can throw in there if you want to stack it with a little more chalk, and then get different with the other game, Yeah, there, exactly. But yeah, we do have to worry about some guys. They bust in the beginning of the game. They get a blowout run and then they do really good, or vice versa. Like they get taken out because they bust. They bust because the game's so far out and you played Trey Jones and all them and they bust. Trey Jones could bust too. This game could blow out. Trey Jones gets pulled. He's got 21 points. That's decent for 5-1 projection, but some Blake Wesley could go off for 25 coming in and getting the minutes. He's $1,100 cheaper. Now I just played Jokic. Now I played Curry. And now I have Blake Wesley on my line. All right, guys, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a Jokic Curry, and I'm going to do a Wemby Lillard. Okay, that's my main build. I'm going to go build those right now. I got 15 minutes to build. I talked to you guys for so long. I should just literally be able to plug the players in, right? Because I know all the players I want to play. I'm going to go hand build them, though. So I'm just going to – I got to go put them in DraftKings. When I hand build them in DraftKings, you know what I mean. All right, guys. Any dark horses? Man, I just gave you one. Blake Wesley. This Brandon Podziemski. I like him at 6,100. I don't think anybody's gonna play him. Play him. I like him too. He's like a little different play off of like Clay. He's a little different off of Clay. He's a little different off of a couple other guys. You could play at that guard position like Vassell and stuff like that. Vassell, Murray. These guys up here are going to be pretty chalky. Like, no one's going to play him. He's kind of overpriced, in my opinion, a little bit, but like that gives you the ownership discount, right? Right. So this guy goes off for 45. Nobody has him. You're good. That's that. Remember, I just showed you the winning lineup at DraftKings. I had a couple 15% guys and I had a 7% guy. Okay. So tonight it might be a little harder to get a 7% guy that we like because we don't really have that value. But there's a ton of 15 and 10% guys that I'm seeing that I've talked about. Okay. So I'm glad you guys like the show. Hit the like button on the way out. We'll be back tomorrow for more. And then we got NFL this weekend, guys. I'm going to probably do a pick show on Saturday. I'm going to have the NFL live on Sunday, as always, and then NBA tomorrow as well. So drop some stuff in the chat. I know the guys are out this week and in the next week, some for sheets, but we're going to do our best to keep up with whatever you guys need. SaberSim always has everything updated for you as always, as you need. And as always, guys, let's get it. And I'm going to end the show like that, homie. Hang on, I got to find the exit button.